Hey guys, it's the Chad, your C10 truck nerd. Well, in today's video, we're gonna go through and start organizing, prepping, and pricing stuff for the Sunflower Swap Meet for Charities here in Wichita, Kansas this weekend. Well, if you remember last year, I kinda procrastinated and waited till the night before setup to start getting things pulled out and pricing it, which was a huge mistake because I had to stay up all night, didn't get any sleep before I had to go set the booths up. So this year, I learned. It's 1:17 in the afternoon the day before setup. So see, I'm getting better. Still gonna suck. So originally, I didn't even plan on having booths at the swap meet this year, but I took my oldest daughter with me last year to day 2, and she absolutely had a blast. She just loves garage sales, selling stuff, and it was something we could do together, but I told her we weren't gonna do it this year, and man, you should have saw her face. So I said, screw it, I'll get a couple booths, we're gonna work together, and I'm gonna even be the father of the year and let her ditch school on Fridays so she can work both days with Dad. So I don't know, it's totally worth the money to spend quality time with your kiddos, especially when you have something in common like this, which, I don't know, slinging truck junk parts is something you have in common, but it sure is fun. So I've gone through and started pulling out stuff from, the attic and under the stairs, the bedrooms, out in my garden shed where I got 52,000 things. There's just so much stuff that I don't even remember where everything's at, which is a true sign of a truck hoarder, which is not good. But when it comes to prepping for pricing parts, what I usually do is just grab my LMCs or Classic Parts of America catalogs. That way I kind of have an idea what stuff runs brand new, and if it's used stuff, we'll just slice it in half, and if it's pretty decent parts or something that I've fixed back up, maybe 75%, but you kind of have to have a baseline to know when people are walking by you and offering you money and you don't know what stuff should be worth, because the goal is to make some money out of the deal. Now, when it comes to the swap meet itself, the booth space is expensive there. For a 10 by 10, which is your tables, which I've got 2 of them, it's $60 per booth, so I'm spending $120 for this booth space. But I don't know, I remember the days when it used to be like 25 and 30, but what are you guys paying all over the US for booth space at your swap meets there? Just type it down in the comments. I kind of interested if we're paying too much here or too little. I always kind of think we're the ones that bring all the crud in there to attract all the people, so they're making money at the door and they're making a lot of money off us. But I'll quit crying now. No, I won't. Okay, so here's just a tip of the iceberg. I've started throwing a bunch of stuff together in tubs, but I have stuff everywhere, which I hope I remember to grab everything. Now it's just it's mainly 67 to 72 stuff. You guys know that's what I specialize in, but I am helping another friend that's got some 55, 57 Tri-Fi parts. I'm gonna help him sling that, but look, it's crud galore. Just more and more and more and more junk. I mean, more treasures. Just stuff everywhere that I need to get cleaned up and priced and loaded and organized and put on tables. So this may be another long day again, so sweet. So I've got a lot of the bigger parts laid out here on the driveway, and most of them have been sitting outside all winter, and we live on a dirt road, so everything's really dusty. I'm gonna go through and spend 10, 15 minutes and just wash everything off. Now, is it gonna get me more money? Probably not, but is it gonna show better? Absolutely. The whole goal is to sell all this stuff, that way it doesn't come back here and sit in the bed of a truck for another year. So I'm gonna do that because it makes me feel better, and I don't know, just don't judge. It's a problem. Okay, so I know this looks like a bunch because it is, but unfortunately it's only about 75% of everything. I got more stuff out in the sheds to bring in. I got to get all the stuff out of the tubs so we can start pricing. And I just hollered at my buddy Doug. I help him sell a bunch of stuff for his old trucks. He lets me get first dibs of the goods and get a little cut of things. So I got to run by his place, it sounds like, and pick up some more. So deja vu, I think I'm going to be out in the garage all night marking. So dang it, maybe next year I'll do a little better. So I'd say the bad thing about getting ready early is now I've got all this junk laid out in the garage, and the wife will be home later this evening and she'll see it. You know, I do a pretty good job of hiding all this stuff all the time, but not now. So hopefully if we sell it, that kind of makes up for the hoarding, but we'll see. So I'm getting closer with stuff, and I realized that fender looks not so complete, so I did find, got some extra trim here for the bottom part of the fender, and I found a pretty worn out side marker. So I'm gonna put it in there and see how it looks. There we go. That should bring me $5 of more dollars, so yeah. So I've made a pretty good dent in pricing all this stuff so far, but let me tell you something about Kansas weather. We hit 79 degrees by about 3 o'clock today, and we knew a cold front was coming, but it's almost, what, 7? And it's 24 degrees outside with the wind blowing sideways, and it's supposed to get down to 16. So if you want to move to Kansas, I'd say don't, because it's no fun. All right, so far I've just laid out all my 67 to 72 and truck stuff together. The reason why I've done this is I'm just gonna take some overall photos. That way, whatever I don't sell at the swap meet, I'll already have photographs of it all together, and then I can repost everything on Marketplace, and I'll probably just go through and post stuff up Thursday night and direct everybody to the swap meet as well. That way we get more business, but still got a whole bunch of other cred that I need to get packed up and priced too, so. Getting there. Oh yeah. 8:20, so not too bad. Well, I think that should do it. I've pretty much got everything marked. It's a lot. Now I've got some bigger stuff like doors and some bed parts and stuff out there that I'll load up tomorrow, but you know, it's 9:34 p.m. So we're doing really good. I might actually get some sleep tonight. So let's show you what I got. A lot of 67, 72 stuff, LS, LT, a lot of good MSD ignition stuff, just kind of a mosh posh of exhaust and trim and a boatload of trailing arms, fenders, wheel tubs, tailgate, a bunch of glazing putty and stuff that I'd picked up at an auction, just all sorts of stuff. A lot of 55, 57 smalls from my buddy's dad, and oh yeah, I even got some swag made up, so a couple t-shirts and sweatshirts. I'll throw them out there and see if anybody snags them up. If they do, we'll make more. If not, then we won't. So I'm gonna clean up. We'll get everything loaded up in the morning and head to Century 2. So remember I told you it was gonna get down to 16 degrees overnight? It did, and I left the Ford out overnight so I could leave all the junk inside to price it, and came out to this. Yeah, wetness. It's not supposed to be wet under there. I guess I blew the upper radiator hose tri-fitting and it's spewing everywhere. So now what do? It's setup morning and I don't have any vehicles that run because I just own crap. So what do? I've already called a shop down the street. I'm gonna run it down there and like jog home, I guess, and call my mommy, see if I can borrow her sweet minivan for a few days if they can't get it done in the next couple hours. So don't buy Fords, people. They just break your heart. So yay. Well, I've got one for you guys. Have you ever thought, dang Chad, why don't you just sell all your old junk trucks and maybe your house and get you a newer Chevy instead of farting with that old Ford? Well, I'm kind of thinking that right now because it's 24 degrees out. I'm riding my bicycle to the Expert Auto Center to go pick up my Ford. So don't tempt me. I'm about to do it. It's really cold out here. I haven't rode a bike in a while. Alrighty, so that was completely stressful, but we are sardined in here pretty dang good. I hope something doesn't go wrong on the ride down there. I'm DEAD, so let's go meet up with Jeremy and start unloading this crud. Well, a couple hours later, I think I've got everything set up, and it's a bunch. So I'm partnered up with my buddy Jeremy and his dad. So we've got 6-7 tables and a lot of crud behind it. So I'm waiting on my cousin Garrett to bring me some more stuff, and then we're gonna go walk around and shop, which is dangerous. So between me paying the bill on the Ford today and walking around, it's not good. Well, I think I've got everything that I'm gonna be putting out done. Garrett brought all his stuff too, so we're set. I think I'm gonna cover this up, go shopping a little bit, and be back bright and early tomorrow morning. So I think some of the problems about having a booth at a swap meet is you have access to all the other booths at a swap meet. This is dangerous. So we made it down to Century 2. It's a little before 7 a.m. I got my oldest daughter, Busy Rose, here to work with me today. Is this better than school?
Uh-huh.
What'd you tell your teacher you're doing today?
Going somewhere.
Going something, not a swap meet?
No.
Well, we've got some more junk. I found a steering column out back, so I'm gonna bring it in, try to sell it. So we're gonna go make tens of dollars today, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, the swap meet hasn't even officially began, and Garrett's got a new run stand. Holy smokes. Gas tank. Oh, it came with the battery.
Came with a tote full of all kinds of fittings and pumps and filters, and I mean, this is a turnkey operation right here. The guy said he had $1,300 in it.
Outstanding.
I gave him $650.
Well, I think we got a couple engines to go on it, so.
Yeah, I know of at least 4.
Love it. Lazy. You selling me anything? Looks like a good job. All right, I told Kiddo that taking her out of school today was like a homeschooling lesson. So what did you just do?
I negotiated.
You negotiated. What'd you get? How much did she want for that?
8.
How much did you give her?
5.
Do you feel bad? You shouldn't. That's just the art of negotiation. So she says she's not bored, but hey, just give her a tire and a little space. Ready to go walk around? All right, let's go. Let's go make a lap. Kiddo's highlight of the swap meet is spending time with the rhino every year. Is this your favorite? What's its name?
Rhino.
Just Rhino. That makes it easier. How fun. Dad may or may not have made a pre-order from H&H, and they brought my parts from Arkansas with them so I didn't have to pay shipping, so we got to pick those up sometime today or tomorrow too, so don't tell Mom. You tattle on me all the time. Well, Kiddo and I survived day one of the swap meet, and it kind of started slow and tapered off from there, but we did okay. We didn't make, you know, $20,000 or anything, but we had fun. Anytime with Kiddo is a good time. What'd you get today? You got your frog? You get your sissy something too? All right, so we spent money and made a little bit, so hopefully we broke even, but we'll start bright and early tomorrow and hit day 2. All right, we're here for day 2. We've got everything organized pretty nice, and Kiddo's ready to go see the rhino again, and we got to pick up some parts from H&H, so going further in the hole, so it's a be a good day. What'd you do, Busy? Did you waste a couple $100 on truck parts?
No, I got myself a big toy.
Oh, a big toy? Yeah, just tell Mom that. Don't tell her it's truck parts.
Okay.
So this is one thing I've been drooling over, and I really want a 4-post. I know probably a 2-post is way more cost effective, but I love this. So if any of you guys want to donate a few $1,000 times 2 to me, I would like to put this in the new shop. That's the way to get a delivery.
How's it going, Dad?
No, it's awesome. We've almost completely sold out all of our tables today. Just look. I'm just kidding. It kind of sucks today. A lot of stuff to take home, so. So these are like the wheels that I restore, but he's got some 15 by 10s. These are pretty sweet that he makes. He's got a lot. This one's pretty narrow. Think you could fit in there?
Is this an actual car?
It was. Cut it in half and shrunk it. So who says you can't buy your wife stuff at a swap meet? She's gonna love me now.
This is the best day of my life. Good boy.
Well, that's going to do it for our second annual swap meet for the oldest human and I. And somehow I think we're bringing home more crud than we actually brought. I'm not quite sure how that happens. Well, I am, but it is what it is. Well, one thing I'd say if you guys are going to do swap meets, again, research it, figure out how much your booth space is going to cost. You know, are you going to make a profit from these things? My profit this year was having another year of working with my oldest daughter, so that's worth more than making cash on this end. So if you guys haven't, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you check out my other 67 to 72 videos. Well, we appreciate your time, and thanks for watching.